Osip Mandelstam, Silentium Dramatic Romance. This touches your soul. The most beautiful musical adaptation of the Silver Age masterpiece, Silentium, by Osip Mandelstam. Welcome to the Poetic Oasis channel. Today, we present a unique musical interpretation of one of Osip Mandelstam's most philosophical and profound poems, Silentium. Written in 1910, this work became a manifesto of the poet's early work. It is dedicated to the birth of art, that fine line where words and music have not yet separated and the world remains in its pristine purity. About the author, Osip Mandelstam, 1891, 1938, is one of the greatest poets of the 20th century, a prophet and martyr whose words survived repression and oblivion. Silentium was written during his period of fascination with symbolism, but even then it conveyed the precision and crystalline clarity of the future Acmeist Poem text. She has not yet been born. She is both music and word, and therefore, of all living things, an unbreakable bond. The seas of my chest breathe calmly, but, like a madman, the day is bright, and the pale lilac of foam, in a black azure vessel, may my lips regain the original silence, like a crystalline note, pure from birth, remain foam, Aphrodite, and return the word to music, and be ashamed of the heart, merged with the very essence of life. Title: Soul Comedy in the Mirror of Light, a philosophical humorous odyssey. The play Soul Comedy in the Mirror of Light is a humorous, philosophical, poetic, theatrical journey that stages the soul as a Hollywood star. It portrays the body as a temporary theater, the soul as an unforgettable diva, and the inner struggle between animalistic, rational, and divine aspects. Through scenes full of irony and the style of old Hollywood, the search for inner peace, love, and knowledge is depicted, with true beauty lying in silent dialogue with oneself. The work combines the teachings of Manly P. Hall with Mandelstam's poetic soul, with irony revealing that life is a performance that leads to truth only in silence. The title could be Soul Review, Hollywood's Last Secret, or The Soul's Final Act, A Comedy of Light. Scene Overview. Scene 1. The Body as a Hollywood Setting. A glamorous, opulent room in the style of old Hollywood. A charismatic actor, reminiscent of Humphrey Bogart and imbued with Stanislavskian perfection, assumes the role of the soul's temple guardian. He speaks with ironic sharpness about the body, which he describes as merely a temporary home like a chic villa that one leaves after the party. With a twinkle in his eye, he declares, "The body is just the Hollywood star. The soul is the director." Scene 2. The soul as an infinite diva. On a stage of light and shadow, an elegant dancer appears, embodying the unforgettable, immortal soul inspired by Mandelstam's Silentium. She sings a morbid melody, both beautiful and sorrowful, like an old Hollywood love story. The actor enters, makes an embarrassed gesture, and says, "She is music and word, our eternal star, whom we constantly try to feed, but who is actually just waiting for silence." Scene 3. The Battle of the Parts. A comedic dialogue between the rational, animal, and divine parts of the soul, portrayed by three actors with irony and exaggeration. The animal part, in a leather jacket, with a gruff voice, shouts, "I just want money. That's my happiness." The rational part, in a suit with glasses, replies, "But what good is money if the soul is hungry?" The divine part, in bright flowing costume, says, "Only through love and knowledge can we find our way out of the Hollywood chaos." Scene 4. The Labyrinth of Experience. The space transforms into a labyrinth, a symbol for life. An actor in a bowler hat, ironically, stumbles around, commenting, "In here, the soul tests its abilities, like a Hollywood star rehearsing its moves in the prop room. All it takes is the courage to engage in the inner dialogue of silence." Scene 5. Inner Peace as a Showstopper. A monologue by the master actor, who elevates inner peace to the highest art. Only in silence does one realize that the true role is that of the observer. The rest is just a fog of glamour and illusion. He concludes with a grand gesture. And those who love their soul don't need an Oscar, just a moment of true silence. Analysis. This play, in the style of a classic Hollywood production, humorously blends the profound teachings of Manly P. Hall with the poetic beauty of Mandelstam. It portrays the soul as an unforgettable star, lost in the labyrinth of emotions and appearances, only to discover its true nature in silence. The irony lies in the fact that we live in a world of surfaces, while true beauty resides in inner dialogue. The characters embody the three parts of the soul according to Greek philosophy, heightened by the style of old Hollywood, and playfully illustrate that our greatest performance is self-discovery. The humorous irony underscores how easily we lose ourselves in the hustle and bustle, while true treasures, love, peace, insight, are found only in silence. Imagine a scene in which a deep, hypnotic voice begins to monologue as a cinematic collage unfolds in the background. Inter-voice poetic contemplative. Welcome to an opulent, Baroque living room that opens like a mirror to our souls. Exaggerated decorations, masks, dim lighting symbols of power, dissimulation, and the hidden. Here, in this room, masks and mirrors dance, reflecting chaos and control, while the shadows of the past whisper. See the actors, dressed in futuristic costumes, mask-like in their controlled poses, with smiles that are profound, sarcastic, almost ironic. Their monologues, gestures like pantomime artists playing power games, directing their gaze inward. Every movement a statement, every expression a revelation. The set design, reflections, masks, mirrors, symbols of our inner chaos. Behind it all, an atmosphere of satire, depth, humor, unsettling beauty, and philosophical fragility. The scene ends in darkness. An echo remains a whisper from the past that captivates us. Faces of man and woman, theatrical, in the tradition of old Hollywood icons, full of emotion, full of staging. A performance that unites irony, satire, comedy, and drama, a living canvas of the human soul. And amidst all this, the wisdom of Machiavelli, who warns us about the 7 types of people. We must not trust those who lurk in secret, manipulating and exploiting us. They are not outside, but within ourselves, a mirror of our inner shadows, our weaknesses. Here, in this space, we learn to recognize, to preserve, to transform. Self-control, clarity, conscious. Love only in this way can we drop the masks and live the truth. For this is the path, the echo of the soul, the whisper of the unconscious, the pursuit of truth in chaos. We are the actors, the directors, and the audience. At the same time, welcome to Echo, the film that reveals our deepest shadows and our brightest lights. A journey through the soul, a voyage into the hidden chambers of our being. Chosen one, your love is dangerous because loving you is a test. Philosophical wisdom from mysterious stories. If you've ever felt that your love is not just an emotion, but a force that changes everything around you. If people are drawn to you but can't stand your depth. If, after the betrayal of those who betrayed you, their lives seem to fall apart, this film will reveal the secret of your energy of love. You are not just a person. You are an element, fire, that purifies and protects. Today you will learn why your love is simultaneously frightening and attractive. Why betrayal near you always results in retribution. Why being near you means passing a test and receiving a blessing. How the energy of your fire itself cuts off false people. And why have the higher powers placed an invisible shield around you? This isn't motivation, it's a spiritual reminder. This is the key to understanding your strength, your pain, and your purpose. Write 999 if you feel this applies to you. Share with those in whom this fire burns. Watch to the end, and you will see yourself, love, and those who couldn't stay in a new light. The Chosen Ones, spiritual awakening, love of the Chosen One, power of the Spirit, protection of God, your love of fire, energy of the Chosen Ones, spiritual power, transformation of the soul, God's plan, God speaks, spiritual protection, spiritual wisdom, the voices of the Chosen Ones. Osip Mandelstam, Tristia, I have learned the science of parting. Written in 1918. Text, I have learned the science of parting. In the bareheaded lamentations of the night, the oxen chew and the anticipation lingers, the last hour of the city's vigils, and I honor the right of that rooster's night, when, bearing the burden of road grief, tear-stained eyes gazed into the distance, and women's weeping mingled with the muse's song. Who can know at the word parting. What separation awaits us? What does the rooster's crow promise us? When the fire burns on the Acropolis, and at the dawn of some new life, when the ox lazily chews in the entryway, why does the rooster, herald of new life, beat his wings on the city wall? And I love the spinning habit. The shuttle darts, the spindle hums. Look, towards us, like swans down. Barefoot Delia is already flying. Oh, the meager foundation of our life. How poor the tongue of joy. All was in the past. All will be repeated again. And only the moment of recognition is sweet to us. So be it. A transparent figurine lies on a clean clay dish, like a squirrel's flattened skin. Bending over wax, the girl gazes. It is not for us to divine the Greek Erebus. Wax is for women, what copper is for men. Only in battles do we meet our lot, but they are given the gift of dying, wondering. Of course. Here is a dramatic theatrical film scene based on the film The Call to Light, The Chosen Ones in the Shadows. I will create a poetic, profound atmosphere that reflects the inner conflicts, the spiritual journey, and the emotional tension. Scene: a still, frozen lake at dusk. The sky is gray, clouds drift slowly by. Two figures stand on the frozen ground, one silent and contemplative, the other filled with doubt. Person one, voice full of conviction, almost whispering. The call to light echoes through the silence, a sign that lives deep within me. They say we are the chosen ones, those who walk the path from shadow to light. But why do you withdraw into this solitude, this cold veil? The sky is full of signs, yet your eyes seek only the fog. Persona too hesitantly, full of doubt. I hear the call, yet I fear it, for the light is bright, yet also painful. What if I shatter in its radiance? If the truth becomes too sharp for my soul? You speak of faith, of divine truth, yet darkness is also a part of me. Am I truly chosen, or merely a shadow, lost in this eternal doubt? Persona 1, in a firm voice, almost like a prayer. The heavens speak in riddles. The wind carries the whispers of angels. Every step on this ice is an act of faith, a moment of trial that shapes us. We are the chosen ones, who walk in the shadows to find the light that burns within us. Trust the inner call, for only those who seek will truly find. Silence. The ice cracks softly. A ray of light breaks through the clouds, briefly illuminating the scene like a divine blessing. Persona 2 quietly, almost to herself. Perhaps the journey is the destination, and the light merely a mirror of our souls. But I will continue on until I recognize the call until the light finally embraces me. The call to the light, the chosen ones in the shadows. This title connects the idea of being chosen, chosen one, the chosen ones with spiritual awakening, light, call, and the inner conflicts, shadows, that become visible in the scene. It reflects the journey on which the characters move between darkness and light, doubt and faith, and hints at a deeper philosophical meaning. If you want, I can also write a short summary or a dramatic style scene that perfectly reflects this title. Chosen One. God said, "Watch this, alone, right now." Poem text. Snow descended without fear onto the icy surface, where the pawns hid in sleep under a thin, wet crust. You walked towards them and muttered to me, as if I didn't exist, that my voice and my image were just figments of my imagination. You were offended and didn't believe that you were the only one I breathed. You didn't really think too hard about that abrupt conclusion. Of course, I objected to your "I don't exist." And to whom were you constantly talking about feelings? Everyone you meet knows this an involuntary witness. The black-armed forest and the cliffs above the pond's bank, and magpies and crows, clouds in the sky, lamps along the entire road, a little shop around the corner. You repeated like a clockwork toy, "You are my imagination," and glided with me across the snow-white crust of sheets. The view of Belkino Ponds filled with doubt. Perhaps I don't exist in the secret sadness of your days? You accused me of being nothing other than the sharply pulled trigger of a single-barreled shotgun. You tortured me with disbelief, lectured me even more. With an angry, agonizing silence, it all didn't do you any good. In my head, the words of a song, "I don't need you anymore." Apparently, with your "I don't believe it," you've turned my heart against me. My lips are sealed, and my soul is filled with annoyance that the ice beneath us was thin, that you got your feet wet. Osip Mandelstam love, poesy, dramatic romance. This touches your soul. Academy of Art shows, new modern art film. Art Creative by Igor Bajenov. 4 new art film production, #2026. Producer company by Russ and Luxury. New Hollywood Cinema, First Class. Osip Mandelstam for next scene. Title: I hate the light. Text: I hate the light of monotonous stars. Hello, my old delirium, of the pointed growth of a tower. Be like lace, stone, and become a web, wound the sky's empty breast. With a fine needle, my turn will come. I sense the sweep of a wing. So, but where will this arrow of living thought go? Or will I, having exhausted my path and time, return? There I could not love. Here I am afraid to love. Osip Mandelstam, 1924. Title: The ghostly scene barely flickers. Text: No, I have never been anyone's contemporary. Such honor is not convenient for me. Oh, how disgusting to me is some namesake. That wasn't me. That was someone else. 2 sleepy apples of the Lord of the Century, and a beautiful clay mouth, but to the languid hand of an aging son. He, dying, will fall. I raised my aching eyelids with each century. 2 large sleepy apples, and the thundering rivers told me the course of human inflamed litigation. 100 years ago, the pillows were white, a light folding bed, and the clay body stretched strangely. The first intoxication of the century was ending. Amidst the creaking march of the world, what a light bed! Well, if we can't forge another, let us live forever. In a hot room, in a tent, and in a wagon. The century dies, and then 2 sleepy apples on a horn wafer, shining with a feathery fire. thank you for these profound and poetic texts. For a perfect cinematic scene that blends the philosophical, spiritual, and emotional elements, I suggest a dramatic, moving staging that immerses the audience in a world of faith, doubt, love, and self-discovery. Here is a possible scene in a theatrical, cinematic style inspired by Hollywood icons with a powerful title. Title: In the Shadow of the Light, The Journey of the Chosen. Scene: a lonely, deserted place at sunrise. The sky is bathed in soft gold and pink hues. Two figures stand facing each other, one in shadow, the other in light. The atmosphere is heavy, full of poetic intensity. Persona 1, in a calm, profound voice. Heaven spoke. Just watch on your own now. A call that burns in the heart. For those who are chosen, called by the light, who walk the path between darkness and faith. Persona, too hesitant, full of doubt, but with inner strength. The shadow is my companion, yet the light always calls me back. Faith is not always easy, yet in the silence I hear the voice that carries me. Even when everything seems dark, Persona 1 softly, almost like a prayerful voice. The path of the chosen is lonely, yet full of divine signs. Every decision, every trial, is part of God's grand plan. Suddenly, a beam of light appears, breaking through the clouds, symbolic of divine inspiration. The light embraces the scene as the voices grow softer, almost like a prayer. Person 2 with rising confidence. I am chosen, called by heaven, to illuminate the darkness, to live love, and to walk the path of faith. Person 1 smiling, full of wisdom. The key lies within, in faith, which is stronger than doubt. Trust the divine sign, for you are the soul that seeks the light. The light grows. The scene ends with a view of the sky, shining with hope and divine energy. Philosophical foundation and wisdom lesson. This scene conveys the central message that every person, especially the chosen ones, is on a spiritual path characterized by light and shadow. Doubt, loneliness, and trials are part of growth. But trust in a higher power and inner light ultimately lead to truth and happiness. It is a lesson about faith, devotion, and the awareness that life is a divine journey where every step matters. Here is a summary and a creative staging for a film scene, inspired by your text, incorporating Stanislavski's method acting, modern theatrical art, Picasso collages, and surrealist love and dreams. Scene title: Silentium, the Echo of Fate. Scene staging. The camera opens to reveal a surreal cityscape bathed in pastel light, blurring the lines between reality and dream. A modern urban panorama interspersed with Picasso collages and collage-like fragments of love and pain. The scene is rendered in delicate, luminous colors, creating a mood that is both nostalgic and dramatic. The focus is on a character, an actor in the style of Stanislavski, who is deeply immersed in his role. A man who recognizes the secret of the karmic boomerang. His movements are deliberate, full of inner tension, which is heightened by the Picasso collages and surrealist dreams. The actor reveals the emotional depth in close-ups, the awakening of inner stillness, the ceaseless movement between pain and hope, between concealment and revelation. His expressions reflect the philosophical depth of the text, the unbreakable bond of music and words that resonates within him as he absorbs the lesson of the universe. The background is pulsating music, reflecting the surreal love and the inexplicable power of fate. Interspersed between scenes are collages of photographs depicting love, betrayal, pain, and spiritual strength. These visual elements reinforce the message. Karma is a silent force that works in secret until the moment of justice arrives. Dramatic climax. The actor stands in a pose that conveys both vulnerability and strength. His gaze is fixed on the distance as the camera slowly zooms in to reveal the depths of his soul. The scene ends in a moment of silence, in which only the faint melody of the music remains, a symbol of the unbreakable bond between life, love, and karma. Philosophical analysis. This scene embodies the idea that the universe is a just force working in secret. The silence following betrayal and pain is not the end, but the beginning of a spiritual cycle. The drama demonstrates that true justice lies in inner growth, while external conflicts only scratch the surface. The use of surrealist imagery and Picasso-esque collages reinforces the idea that fate is complex, multifaceted, and unpredictable. The Chosen One recognizes that karmic return is an invisible yet powerful energy that brings only the truth to light. The scene conveys that inner strength and trust in the universe are the true weapons against betrayal and darkness. Dear viewers, we have reached the end of our great work of art, which blurs the lines between love, art, and philosophy. Our story, inspired by the profound words of the poem, takes us on a journey through the highs and lows of the heart, through pain and joy, through the light and shadow of life. The love poem you just heard describes a love that is ever present in frost and heat, in anger, laughter, and reflection. It shows us how love accompanies us step by step in every moment of being. Love is not only a passion, but also a devotion, a silence, an understanding that goes deeper than words. It is the altar we follow, the essence of our lives, showing us how to truly live, love, and forgive. Yet this love also carries within it a profound philosophical wisdom. It teaches us that true love is unbreakable, bound by an invisible cord that cannot be severed even in death. In philosophy, this love reminds us that life and art are inseparable, that words and music, soul and heart are one. It calls upon us to cherish silence, to maintain inner peace, and to accept life in its purest form. The film Silentium is more than just a romance. It is an invitation to explore our own path of love. It shows us that love is a journey that teaches us to be silent, to understand, to forgive, and to grow. It is a lesson in humility, devotion, and honesty that will accompany us until our last breath. As an artist and director, I would like to share a message with you through the title, Poetic Oasis. Love is our oasis in the desert of life. It is what deeply connects us, what heals us, and what allows us to be reborn again and again. May this film inspire you to live, protect, and honor your own love in all its highs and lows. For ultimately, love is the greatest work of art we can create. It is the true melody of our lives. Thank you for your attention and for sharing your soul with us today. May love blossom within you like an everlasting melody. The final word, the conclusion of our film, is an invitation to walk your own path of love with courage, devotion, and philosophical wisdom. Thank you. Love, Poemi text. You're near, in frost and in heat. You follow me everywhere. When I'm angry, when I laugh, When I look in the mirror, you repeat every move. When I'm in a whirlpool or a ford, you follow me, step by step. If I miss a beat and you're screwed, I fall and you lurch. I'll get up and you, from your knees. You followed me down the aisle. You are more devoted than all hearts, than all hands, all lips, than a dog's eyes. You showed me how to not betray and how to remain silent, how to coexist. I know if I die, you will lie next to me in a coffin. Title: Shadow. Written by author Rena. C.A. Modern Poem of Love Story. P.S. The director combines love poems and philosophy as additional guidance for the viewer on their own journey of love, with all its highs and lows, and the shadows that will accompany them all until the last day of their lives. A compromised love story for a new beginning and a philosophy lesson in one.
Look at my heels, neon on chrome, spinning this room like a gramophone. Snap of the fingers, velvet on skin. You pull me closer, people so sin. Polka dot swirling, glitter and gin. Trouble on your lips, sugar and sin. We're toe to toe, but the floor is lava. You spin me slow, then you flip it faster. Your hands stay, but the rhythm says go. How far? How far can we let this go? Electric candies when you shock me, then you spin me up, 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 up on a wire. You light my body like fire. Electric candies when you taste it, when you kiss me. Round and round we up till the room goes blurred. Body on beats, every line gets stirred. Electric candies when you shock me, then you spin me up, 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 up on a wire. You light my body like fire. Electric candies when you taste it, then you kiss me round and round. So lose control.
A modern video presentation of the actor Fabian Arnold visual portfolio is an international actor, model, and author, born and raised in Cologne, Germany, and currently based in Los Angeles. He began his career in high fashion modeling, working internationally with brands such as Omega, BMW, Dior, Versace, MCM, and Givenchy, among others. After several years in the fashion industry across Europe, Asia, and the United States, Arnold shifted his focus toward acting, developing a screen presence rooted in emotional depth and grounded masculinity. Alongside his work in film and fashion, Arnold is the author of Broken Boy, 2025, a deeply personal debut book exploring identity, vulnerability, and resilience. The book reached #1 in Amazon Hot Releases in the categories of mental health and celebrity autobiographies, resonating with readers through its honest and reflective tone. In addition to his creative work, Arnold has founded ventures in media production and design, combining artistic sensibility with entrepreneurial experience. His work often centers on themes of self-reflection, personal growth, and the tension between strength and vulnerability. Arnold continues to build his career across international markets, balancing acting, storytelling, and selective brand collaborations. Always find time for the things that make you happy to be alive. After establishing himself internationally in fashion, Fabian Arnold transitioned into acting, training with American and German acting coaches, and developing his craft through screen work in independent and feature film projects. He made his feature film debut in Big Rage, followed by additional feature appearances alongside established industry figures including Tara Reid, John Waters, and David Milburn. His work is characterized by a grounded, emotionally restrained presence and a focus on character-driven storytelling. Arnold is currently represented by Untitled Entertainment under the management of Jason Weinberg.
Love me, say that you love me.
Here is a professionally edited summary for the press in Cinema magazine. Innovative paths in the film industry, Igor Bajenov and the future of modern cinema. Renowned art director Igor Bajenov is revolutionizing cinema with new concepts in live performance and film production. As an expert, curator, artist, and designer at the Academy of Arts, he pursues innovative approaches that redefine traditional Hollywood and the global film scene. Under the banner of Times, New Hollywood Cinema First Class Asterisk, groundbreaking times, modern art films times, and creative projects are created that blur the lines between art and media. His company, Times Russ, and Luxury Times, and the Times 5 Stars New Media Group Times set standards with visionary film and performance formats that generate significant media interest worldwide. Asterisk ART. For Modern Times is more than just a collection of new art films. It is a comprehensive art project that unites new forms of performing and media art and is receiving considerable international attention. With offices in Berlin, Moscow, New York, the United Arab Emirates, Europe, India, and Latin America, Bajenov collaborates closely on international art projects, particularly in the Asian market. He is establishing innovative collaborations with a new generation of artistic aesthetics. His approach combines creative innovation with global networking for the future of film and the performing arts.
Welcome to our humorous and extravagant gathering, a kind of Hollywood meets art world extravaganza, where top critics, experts, and the legendary art director Igor Bajenov have come together for a unique gala dinner. Imagine, the atmosphere is charged with irony, wit, and a touch of Hollywood glamour. Host with a mischievous smile. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our exclusive rendezvous with the maestro of modern cinema, the undisputed art director who manages to make even the toughest critics laugh, Igor Bajenov. A man who not only produces films, but creates works of art so modern, they are almost an art movement in their own right. Welcome, Igor. Igor Bajenov, with a mischievous grin. Thank you, I'm delighted to be here, even if press visits are sometimes almost as difficult as a Tarantino script without a cut. Moderator, Igor. Last year you made 8 films that all the critics raved about. Tell us, what's your secret? Magic wands? Or just a secret ingredient you put in your coffee? Igor laughing. Oh, the wands are only for the magicians. I only use the best professors and academies in Russia, where art truly still deserves a Nobel Prize. And honestly, genius is hard to predict. I'd say I just let the audience be surprised. Critics, one winking. And what can we expect from you in the future? More films that will even make the Oscars jealous? Igor, winking. Oh, you have no idea what's capable of being created. I'm planning 8 more masterpieces for 2026, and believe me, they'll be so spectacular that even Fabergé eggs will be envious. Expert in amazement. But Igor, what makes your film so unique? Is it just the modern art style, or is there more to it? Igor. My friends, it's a perfect blend of cutting-edge technology, artistic taste, and a touch of Russian soul. I was able to learn all of this perfectly in Russia, where the best professors and academies are. I'm very grateful for that, because only there does one learn to make the impossible possible. Moderator. And what about your colleagues, Igor? Do they stand a chance against you? Or do you just laugh about it? Igor laughing. Ah, my colleagues. They'd better try to compete with me. It's about as sensible as comparing a ballet dancer to a bear. You don't compete with the best art forms. You simply enjoy them. The world is full of the best creative minds, and I invite you all to follow me. Moderator. Finally, Igor. What's your advice for the young generation of filmmakers and artists? Igor. Don't let expectations limit you, my friends. Creativity is unpredictable. Life itself is a surprise. Stay curious, dream big, and remember, the true artist creates worlds that would make even the universe envious. Moderator smiling. Thank you so much, Igor. We're all eagerly awaiting your next surprises, and who knows, maybe we'll soon see another film so brilliant it will even eclipse old Hollywood. And with that, our humorous meeting comes to an end full of irony, wit, and a touch of Hollywood magic. Until next time, when art conquers the world once more.